what you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at how we can play vintage games on the Raspberry Pi. Now if you've got a Raspberry Pi 1, 2 or 3, it doesn't really matter, you can still play retro or vintage games on it. Now you're going to need a memory card and some software. So we've got a Win32 Disk Imager software here which is free to download, and you're also going to need an SD card formatter software, and this is going to prepare your micro SD card ready for your Raspberry Pi image. Now also we're going to be needing another image which is this one here, which is called Game Wizard. It's going to have the Raspberry Pi and also all our games on there as well, and they're adding more games all the time. You can see the RC3 release is due to be released in 11 days time. Now you can also add your own ROMs on here as well. It just gets it all set up and it takes all the hard work out of it for you. Now you're going to need a 32 gig or a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, or even bigger if you can afford it. You can see I've got all the stuff here. The image is 3.5 gigabytes to download. That's the RC2 Pi 3 version. What we're going to do here is plug in our micro SD card into the computer. Now I have got an adapter which I put my micro SD card into, which allows me to prepare it. Okay, so you're going to need to make sure you get one of those. Now you can use a tool like this one where you can plug in your micro SD card into an adapter like this and plug it into your computer. They're pretty cheap and affordable to buy. Now also you're going to prepare that micro SD card by using the SD card formatter. Now you might be thinking I can just right click on the computer and format it. You're best to use something like this because it removes any sort of information on there and gets it prepared ready for your Pi image. So, and it's easy to download and install, it's free. So just quickly run this program like so, and then once we run this we will be able to format our card and get it ready. So make sure you've got your card selected here and make sure it is the correct one, okay, otherwise you will wipe all the data off there. So if you've got a couple of adapters or USB flash drives in there, you want to make sure you've got the right one selected up there, and you can then do a quick format and get it prepared. Okay, so just type in the name here for the volume label, which you want to call it, RetroPie, whatever it is you want to call it, and it'll give you a warning to say that it's going to erase all the data on there. Click yes to continue if you're okay with that, and you can see I'm using an SDXC 59.43 gigabytes in size, which is about 64 gigabytes basically. They just take a little bit off there. So, and these are pretty cheap and affordable to buy. So that's ready to go now. We can click OK here and close this off. So what we need to do now is open up the Disk Imager so we can copy our Raspberry Pi image across, or our Game Wizard image across, to our micro SD card slot. So just install this here, and we're going to fire this up and get this done. It's very quick and easy to do. So let me just open this up and launch our program. And these are all free programs you can use and download. Now again, you can see here it's asking us to point to our image, which is this Game Wizard. So I'm just going to click on the find file here, and we're just going to navigate to our image file. There it is there. So now we can click on open, and we've got it right there. And all we need to do now is click on write. Make sure you've got the right device selected, and then just click on the write button, and that's pretty much it. It'll give you a warning and tell you it's exactly what's going to happen, and we're just going to click yes here. Now this may take a bit of time, so be patient because it needs to write the image across to that micro SD card here. So I'm going to speed this process up for you so it doesn't bore you to tears watching it do the image. There we go. So it'll take a few minutes just to write that image across. Now that is been written successfully. All we need to do here is click OK. Now be careful here because it will pop up with a format your card again. You do not want to format it, okay? So you just want to close all this stuff off. Don't format the card again, otherwise you'll lose your data. So just click OK here. and close this window off. You can now plug the micro SD card into your Raspberry Pi and power it up. Now all we need to do here now is let the Game Wizard prompt screen here do its thing. It will give you some information and it will start to boot to your Raspberry Pi. As you can see here, it's starting to load up now. And once this loads up, you'll get this screen here, which is the Game Wizard splash screen, and it's going to start to load your emulation station. Now also you still have access to all your Raspberry Pi and stuff like that. This is just another little theme that he's put on here by the looks of it. But we'll just let this load in, and once this is done, we'll be able to get access to the ROMs. So what we're going to do here is let this reboot again, and you may get this a little bit, it's just getting it all prepared. Now we need to get our gamepad set up here, and this is pretty straightforward stuff. Make sure you got your gamepad connected to your Raspberry Pi, and then you can click on the buttons that it asks you to click on. So you can see here D-pad up, D-pad down, D-pad left and D-pad right, and so on. They're probably your most important ones for playing games. And you can see here the start and the select. Okay, so I'm going to quickly speed this process up here. You can take more time and go through, but it is pretty much self-explanatory. Just follow the on-screen display, and you can make changes to this a little bit later on by going into the configuration if you wish. Once you've got that all set up, click OK, and you should get access to your RetroPie splash screen here and your menu, and you can then navigate to whatever you want from here. So what we're going to do is just move on to the next step, and this will be setting up your Wi-Fi. Now if you've got Ethernet, then you don't have to worry about this part, but if you do need to set up your Wi-Fi, now's the time to do so, because you'll be downloading some files. So you need to come onto the menu here and come all the way down to the bottom where it says Wi-Fi, and then you can set up your Wi-Fi. I'm using an Ethernet in my one, so I don't need to set up the Wi-Fi, but if you do need to do it, then click on that and set in your Wi-Fi information. Now once you've got that, go into the Game Wizard RC2 Pi Edition launcher, go into here. This will then load up. Accept their terms and agreement, and just click OK here. And now you can see we have some information on here. You've got the VIP section. Now if you've purchased the donated to here, you can put in the VIP section here. But if you haven't and you're using a free one, you can go to full. So go to full, and I'm just going to click on this one. And it will start to prepare and get the game list. As you can see here, it's starting to pull down the game list. This will take a bit of time, so just be patient. And once you've got that, you can then move on to the next step. Now again, this is going to be a lengthy process, so be patient to wait a fair bit of time, okay, because it needs to download a lot of games. Now you can see here we do have an extensive list of games which you can download, and Atari 7800 has all games like Centipede and games like that, and you've also got Genesis on there, loads of other games like Sega, Commodore 64, Snes, you've got loads of Amiga up the top there as well. But you will need the Kickstart.ROMs for Amiga, which you can purchase online because they're still under copyright. And you've got a load of other stuff as well on there which you can download to your art's content. So have a good downloading session and start playing some vintage games. Now once you've downloaded them, they will start to install and inflate, and you can see them here. It will take a long time to do this depending on which ones you've downloaded, okay? Now you can see here we have the Atari 7800 and Amiga and all those ones downloaded. You can see the Atari 7800 will start playing games like Ball Blazer, Centipede, as you can see here, Choplifter, loads of good games on here which are old school games. Centipede was a proper big game back in the day, and it's very simple. You just click on it and away you go. You can start playing it. It's that simple. Very easy to do. Okay guys, and I can remember spending a lot of my time in my lunch hour and also after school in the chip shop playing these on the arcade there. So pretty easy to play and easy to set up with this game wizard. Anyway, I hope this one helps you out. My name is Brian from bradtechcomputers.co.uk. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you need any help with this, then hit me up on the forums and I'll try and help you. Bye for now. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the big red subscribe button on my YouTube channel and hit the bell notification button next to that to be notified when we upload new videos.